Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to give you my opinion on the best 3 places to buy property in Croatia for the year 2023. Now, unfortunately, if you're a non-EU EEA citizen, it can be difficult to buy here. It might even be impossible. But also the problems are a complicated tax system, and unfortunately property prices in places like Dubrovnik are very expensive. So if we take the old town, property prices can reach up to 10,000 euros per square meter, which is very expensive. And unfortunately as well as Dubrovnik, Split does not make the list either, as it's now difficult to find property in the city for under 3,000 euros per square meter. Now, other lovely places I considered were Trogir and Hvar, but unfortunately here as well property prices are expensive. So we are talking on average 4,000 euros per square meter plus. And I also considered what I think is a lovely underrated city in Croatia, namely Zadar. Now Zadar, also with its own airport, is a lovely place, but unfortunately property prices here are going towards 3,000 euros per square meter on average. So Zadar didn't make it either. But here are my 3 that did make it. And coming in at number 3 is Rijeka. Now, located on the north part of the Adriatic Sea and in northwest Croatia, Rijeka, with a population of 108,000, is the 3rd largest city in Croatia after Zagreb and Split. Actually, in the city, Italian is widely spoken, and about 20,000 speak a dialect of the Venetian language, Fiuman. And there are a number of nice attractions within the city, including a castle, a Baroque city tower, noteworthy museums, a Roman arch, an astronomy center, and ornate Austro-Hungarian buildings. Now, there is a National Theatre, which is a beautiful neoclassical building, and it actually hosts ballet, concerts, opera, and drama. And the city too has a lovely promenade full of classy shops and cafes. And at night here, there's a good club scene as well. Now, the city also has some lovely beaches, of course, and the food here is really good too. And another good thing about the city, it has its own airport with flights to European cities, including London, Brussels, Stockholm, Riga, Munich, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, and Eindhoven. And best of all, property prices are very reasonable. So we are talking on average around 2,000 euros per square meter, which for Croatia is pretty good. And a couple of disadvantages I do have to say about Rijeka, although I love the city, is that winters can be quite cold, and it is a city that is suffering from depopulation, which of course is not good for the property market going forward. And it also has a less extensive flight network than, for example, Zadar and Pula. Now, coming in at number 2 is Pula. Now, the beautiful city of Pula is the largest city in Istria and has a population of around 52,000. It is chiefly known for its ancient Roman buildings, especially the Roman amphitheatre, which is one of the best preserved in the world. Now, you also have other attractions, including churches, a Venetian fortress, an Austro-Hungarian fortress, also an impressive archaeological museum, and really inside the Austro-Hungarian fortress, you have an aquarium, which is the largest in Croatia. Now, not far from Pula, you have the stunning Brijuni National Park as well. So, lots of attractions. And the city has some excellent cafes, restaurants, bars, and has a pretty laid-back atmosphere. Now, of course, Pula is a coastal city, so you can go to the beach. And although in the city centre there are no beaches, they're only actually 20 minutes walk away. So in the actual centre there's no beaches, but 20-minute walk you'll have the beaches. And Pula actually has its own airports with direct flights to a number of European destinations, including London, Glasgow, Paris, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Vienna, Katowice in Poland, Basel, Zurich, Frankfurt, Cologne, Munich, Berlin, Brussels, Oslo, Stockholm and Copenhagen. So very extensive and not bad for a city of 52,000. Now, Pula is also a strategic position to the west. It's in a strategic position because in the west you have Italy, to the north Slovenia and Austria, and the east you've got Bosnia. And best of all, property prices are quite reasonable. So we are talking just a little bit above 2,000 euros per square meter on average. And just think, salaries in Pula are higher than Zadar, but property prices are a lot cheaper. So this really puts the city in a very good light. Now, coming in at number 1 is Zagreb, and Zagreb is a lovely city. Now, despite being the capital of Croatia, Zagreb has almost gone unnoticed by foreign buyers. But the city of over 750,000 is really a city rich in history, and is by far the largest city in Croatia in terms of area and population. Zagreb is very underrated as a city. It has great monuments, numerous churches, historical buildings, many noteworthy museums, and a beautiful cathedral with many religious artifacts inside. Now, property prices for an EU capital are fairly reasonable at an average of around 2,500 euros per square meter, although obviously in the historic centre they do cost a lot more. And just think, they are so much cheaper than Dubrovnik, and they're cheaper than Split as well. And this is the capital and an attractive city. Now, also I want to say that salaries in Zagreb are the highest in the country, and they're noticeably higher than Split, Dubrovnik and Zadar. And this would suggest, with salaries much higher than these other cities and property prices, average property prices lower, that Zagreb is quite undervalued and a better place to put your money in the real estate market or for a lifestyle purchase as well. Now, it's also in a very strategic location. Within a few hours train or drive, you can be in Venice, Milan, Vienna, Budapest, Bratislava, Munich, and also Sarajevo. So this is good going forward for both trade and tourism. And of course, Zagreb has a fairly major airport. It's got many flights to destinations all over Europe, plus Toronto, Seoul, Tel Aviv, Dubai and Doha. And Zagreb also has excellent infrastructure for a capital. It is a very, very safe city. It is one of the safest cities in Europe. And it should be noted, though, that one of the downsides of Zagreb is that you can get stuck in traffic, quite a bit of traffic, and also there has been a population decline and no beaches. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon on the next video.